Hi everyone. So this visualization is one that I probably use on a daily basis, to be honest, which is when I'm trying to get to sleep. Usually, as soon as my head hits the pillow I close my eyes, that's when I start remembering all the things I haven't done during the day, all the things I've got to do the following day. All start spinning around in the old head, and then, yeah, before I know it, an hour's passed. So I have two rules. The first rule is I write everything down in my notebook, my to-do list for the following day, so it's not in my head when I get into bed. So that's the first rule. And then I read for a bit. That helps you settle down. And then when I finally turn the light off, close my eyes, I then do this little visualization, and 9 times out of 10 I don't get to the end of it before I fall asleep. So I hope this will work for you too, and we can do it together now. So let's see how we get on. So, like with all visualizations and meditations, we're going to start with the breath. So once those eyes are closed and you're in your sleep position in your bed, we can start. So nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Trying to extend the out breath a bit longer than the in breath, because that way you just calm your nervous system down and relax the body. And we'll just spend a couple of minutes here. So in for 5, out for 7. If anything pops into your head during this point, you go, oh, I needed to give that person a call, or whatever it is. Just imagine it like a little cloud floating by in your imagination. Just let it float past, and then return to the breathing. So use the breathing as an anchor point for your attention, rather than the thoughts themselves. And once you've got bit of a rhythm going where you're able to hold your thought on your breathing rather than on what's going on in your head, that's when you really can start to feel the benefits of visualization. One more deep breath in, one more deep breath out. So what I like to do is, at this point, I like to imagine myself walking through a wood. It's quite a dense wood. And basically I've got about an hour of light left before it gets dark, and I've got to make myself a shelter, light a fire, keep myself warm for the night. So I'm looking round for a suitable spot in this woodland. I see a bit of a low hanging branch from a tree that would make a good lean-to. And what I like to do is imagine, and you can imagine any shelter you like, but a bit of a sort of lean-to shelter. Imagine myself collecting these sticks, and all the time just kind of feeling the sort of evening closing in, just getting a bit darker. So I collect some big sticks for the shelter, some little sticks so I can start a fire in a bit. I see myself constructing this shelter, pulling it together, making sure that it's watertight. So starting with big branches and sticks, and then once I've got the main structure in place, then filling in the gaps with leaves and different leaf litter. So you can really spend some time here with your imagination, coming up with the most sophisticated shelter you like, or just something quite simple, but focus your attention on that. Clear the ground inside so it's nice and comfy. And then turn your attention to the fire, collecting the twigs, little ones first, put them in a nice little stack so that you can, a few dry leaves underneath. Now we're not going to rub sticks together to light a fire here. We can have a bit of a cheat. We've got a matchbox in our pocket. You know, this is sleeping outside, but it's not sort of hardcore survival. But of course you could make it so if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. But for the purposes of this visualization, we just get out a little box of matches and give it a little light and light that fire. See the smoke rise up into the canopy of the woodland. As you start to feel the heat, the warmth from the flames, hearing the crackling of the wood as the fire takes hold, and really engage all your senses here. You know, the smell of that smokiness against the sort of earthy background of the woodland has that really calming effect, a little earthing effect on us. As you see the smoke dance and rise up into the canopy, the last of that evening sun, like fractals piercing through the canopy, through the smoke as it makes its way up. And just feel that nice calmness come over you. You have your shelter for the night. You have your nice warm fire. Start to add those larger sticks to it. Get a bit of a blaze going now. As the last bit of daylight is squeezed out by the night, and you start to see those stars appear through the trees. Hear maybe an owl in the distance. Hear birds settling in for the night, flapping in the treetops as they settle down. Everything starts to become really still and calm. It's just the crackling of your fire echoing through the woodland. And as you sit there enjoying the warmth, maybe make yourself a hot tea or something. Like I say, you can use your imagination here. Maybe you cook a bit of food, a bit of supper before you settle in, and you just enjoy this moment. Enjoy the comfort of the great outdoors. As the fire starts to settle down, you just put a few more logs on, bigger logs now, and you settle into your little shelter. You close those eyes. Take a few deep breaths here. In for 5. Out for 7. In for 5. Out for 7. Maybe you wrap yourself in a blanket, slip into a sleeping bag. Whatever you want to visualize in this moment, you can. Maybe you pop a woolly hat on as well. Some warm socks as you settle in. Just hear the owl in the distance, the crackling of the flame in the wood, and that soft smell of smoke and woodland gently sending you off into a deep sleep. you enjoyed this visualization. If you're still awake, then you can always extend it, make it longer. Go for a little walk through the woodland, spend longer collecting sticks, maybe build a more complicated shelter. But in essence, you use this environment to settle yourself down for the night. Like I say, I don't normally get to the sleep part because I'm usually asleep, and I hope you are too. And I hope that this visualization will help you get many a good night's sleep. Thanks for listening.